How's it going, Guardian? Shifty here, and today I'm back with another edition of my weekly vendor video. As usual, I'm going to be showing off all of the vendor roles in the background footage. You can see some of them right now, but in a moment I'm going to go over a few standout armor pieces for each class. Then after that, I'm going to be talking about any notable Banshee weapon roles. And at the end of the video, I'll have footage for the remaining vendor roles for the week. Now, I always like to mention that these armor roles are not the best ones that you can find. They're usually better for newer players or build crafters. However, every once in a while there is a piece with a total stat in the mid 60s, and this might appeal to some veteran players. Anyway, before I get into the video, if you end up enjoying it, make sure to hit that like button, and if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe as well. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start with Warlocks. Failsafe is selling a helmet with 21 discipline and 18 recovery. This would be a solid piece for newer players because recovery helps you heal faster and discipline will help you get your grenade back faster. If you're a newer player, those are two solid stats to build into for any class. Then A1 is selling gauntlets with 28 strength and 24 recovery. There's not much to say about this piece since it really only fits into a melee focused build since strength is tied to the melee cooldown. However, if you're going to go for a melee focused build, this is a solid choice. Unfortunately, Warlocks don't have a ton of options this week, so now I'm going to move on to Titans. Shaxx is selling leg armor with 26 mobility, 16 intellect, and 14 discipline. I know mobility is not everyone's cup of tea, but for Titans who do like mobility, this is a decent piece, especially since it has 16 intellect and 14 discipline. So if you do like to build in mobility, you could buy this piece and have the added benefit of a faster super and grenade cooldown. The last piece I want to talk about is a pair of gauntlets sold by the Drifter. They have 26 recovery, 16 discipline, and 7 intellect. Those are 3 stats I often build into myself. Recovery is great on any class because it allows you to heal faster and re-engage in both PvE and PvP. Discipline is going to help with the grenade cooldown, and intellect will help with your super cooldown. That's it for Titans. Now let's talk about Hunters. The Drifter has a pair of gauntlets with 26 mobility and 16 strength. Now this piece is a little disappointing because it only has +2 to recovery. However, if your other armor pieces have decent recovery, this might be a good piece to add to your build to increase your mobility just a little bit to get your dodge back faster. Then the Drifter is also selling leg armor with 26 recovery, 15 strength, and 12 discipline. I've already touted the benefits of recovery, so this is a solid piece in that regard, but it also has 15 strength and 12 discipline, so you'll get your grenade and your melee back faster. The final piece for Hunters is a helmet sold by A1. This is very similar to a Warlock piece from earlier. It has 28 strength and 24 recovery. Again, this piece would only really fit into a melee focused build. However, Hunters have some solid melee options including invisibility smoke and throwing knives. Now that I've gone over the decent armor rolls, I want to talk about any standout Banshee weapons. I do want to mention that the rolls on the Banshee weapons will change again at 7 PM Central Time on Wednesday. If you're a fan of sidearms, the Lonesome that Banshee is selling is pretty solid. It has some decent magazine options, outlaw, demolitionist, and a ranged masterwork. Is it the best roll? Probably not, but it is a solid roll if you do like to run a sidearm every once in a while. Then I would highly recommend picking up the 7th Seraph VY7 SMG. The barrel and magazine options are mediocre, but it does have ambitious assassin and vorpal weapon. Both of those weapon perks are solid options in PvE. In addition to that, this weapon can generate warmind cells as well. And the last weapon I want to recommend is the Pleiades Corrector Scout Rifle. This does have a few solid options in those first 2 columns. And overall, Surplus and Demolitionist are decent perks to have in PvE content. If you've been around my channel for a while, you already know that I'm a huge fan of this weapon and I've used it to solo several of the Grandmaster Nightfalls. Alright, now that I've talked about all the standout pieces for the week, I'm going to be showing off the remaining roles in the background footage. If you want to stick around and check those out, feel free to do so. Otherwise, I hope that you have a good day and I'll catch you on the next one.